You can add, edit, or remove a blog post or news article via the Posts section in WordPress. To add a new item, simply click on the Add New button. Now here's a quick tip. Instead of referencing this video each time you add a new blog post, there's an easier way to know what to do. Before you start, simply open up an existing post in edit mode in a new tab. You can do that by going to Posts, All Posts, finding an existing article, hovering over Edit, and right-clicking to open link in new tab. So now you have your empty blog post and your existing blog post. Instead of trying to remember what needs to go where, simply compare the two so that you know which fields need to be completed and to triple check that you've got everything that you need. Your post will require a title, a URL, which WordPress automatically generates based on your title, your actual article body, which is where you add your text, your links, and your imagery. Then on the side, you can add your category, an optional tag, and then further down, your featured image. So let's get started. First, enter a title for your post. Then enter your news article information here. You can use the existing text editor to add your headings, bold, italic, and of course to add links. You can add a link by hovering over the item, clicking on the link button, and then you've got a few options. You can either type in the name of a page if it's existing one on your website, let's say the contact page, and it'll pick it up for you automatically, then click on the blue button. Another way to do it is to highlight the text, click on the link. You can now manually type something in here and go through the same process, or you can actually click on the little settings and you can search through your list of pages. One thing to note when you are adding a link, don't forget, if you ever link to an external website, make sure that you set it to open in a new tab. So you click on the settings and click Open Link in New Tab. So that's only when you're linking to a website that isn't your own. The only other time you would use the option to open a link in a new tab is if you were linking to a PDF, for example. It's nice to have that PDF opening in a new tab so that your visitor doesn't lose the core page that they're currently on. Now, if you're ever working on a post and you see code or you see it looks a little bit odd, you're probably working in the text tab. Just jump back to the visual tab and you'll be back in business. The text tab simply displays all of the HTML that's included in your content. You can add an image to your article by clicking on the Add Media button. From here, you can either select an image you've already uploaded to your website, or you can click on the Upload Files to choose a new image from your computer. Either way, once you've chosen your image, scroll down on the right-hand side and you'll see a few options. You can set the alignment. Let's say we want it to be left aligned. You can choose to link it to something when it's clicked, and you can also choose to reduce the image size. Now, it's important to note that any resizing or cropping of images should be done outside of WordPress. It's far more effective that way. Once you've made your choices, simply click Insert into Post. If you decide after adding it that you need to make some changes, click on the image and you've got a couple of quick options, or click on the little pencil and you'll see the same options at the top. Another quick image tip is that the image dimensions are quite important. If you're ever unsure which image size to use, check the dimensions on an existing image on your blog post, like the featured image, for example, by clicking on it and then having a look here on the right-hand side. So when you are adding another featured image to another blog article, those are the dimensions that you need to use. Unnecessarily large images will negatively impact your user experience, page load time, and therefore your Google visibility. So it's quite important to get that right. Next up, add your post to a category. These play an important role in SEO or your visibility in Google, so make sure these are planned and implemented accordingly. The same applies for tags a little bit further down. Reach out if we can help, but assuming these are already set up, simply click the appropriate category and/or tag to update your post. Now we can add the featured image. This is the image that appears on your news landing page, depending on how your site is being built. To add that image, simply click on the Set Featured Image, and this will take you back to the existing media space where you can either click on an existing image or you can upload a new one. Either way, once you've chosen your image, click Set Featured Image. If you are finished creating your page, you can scroll right to the top where you've got a couple of options. Firstly, you can always save your draft. Of course, you can also preview your page before putting it live. And when you are ready to go live, you can click on the blue Publish button. If you want to future date your blog post, you can always click on Edit, and you can set the date for your article to be published. Click on OK and click on the Schedule button. It's important to note that you can save a draft for a post that is already live. So when you're editing your live posts, you'll need to apply our changes and publish in one go. It's only unpublished posts that let you save a draft. To edit an existing post, simply navigate back to your Posts section, find the article that you want to change, hover over it, and click on Edit. And while we're in this Post section, this is where you can manage all of your existing categories by adding, changing, or deleting them, as well as your blog tags.